I've been doing this since 2008, and when I did my first show, I had to get booked with a couple of indie rock bands because no comics were around. I did that a year later. All of a sudden, comics are starting to come out of the woodwork, and we got some good guys here in the town. And I mean, you know, if I'm going to shamelessly plug, I got to talk about Matt Mosley. Matt Mosley is the funniest son of a bitch to come around since George Carlin died. I don't care what anybody says. I love that guy. Tony Burkett, super, super, super funny guy. Kirby Pullett, if he could ever get out and actually do it, then he's the man. But when he hits the stage, it's very, very hard to follow that guy. You know, Friday night comedy spawned out of several attempts we've tried to have comedy nights here. We tried second Sundays on the second Sunday of every month. It flopped. And we tried like a Monday or then a Thursday, something like that. Nothing happened. And then we finally started doing Friday nights. And I've been busting my ass on promo. You just get people to break out of their shell. I can't tell you how many times I go and pass out a flyer and somebody's just kind of like, yeah, comedy. I've had people look at me in my eye and say, I'm just going to throw this away, and watch them ball it up. Because basically, if you want comedy to work in a small town, a lot of times you got to bring in somebody that's in a movie. You know, they got to be one of the stars of The Hangover 6. That's how you're going to draw your crowd. But there's a lot of us that are really working hard on promo and really, like, you know, usually when I come up here and I'm doing my local thing, I usually try and give them 5 minutes of new material every week. And that's a lot. A lot of people work months to get 5 minutes of material to do an open mic in a big city. Here, we'll give you 10 minutes to do whatever you want. I started doing shows with Chip in, I guess it was early spring of 2010, which doesn't seem like that long of a time ago, but it's almost 2 years. But this place used to be called the Old Town Tavern, and it was a hot spot in Pensacola. Everybody came here. I remember coming here and getting plastered on many a night. Then it got bought out by Chip. He changed it to Big Easy Tavern. People stopped coming, and it's just one of those things, you know what I mean? You change the name, and people are just kind of like, oh, it's not our bar anymore, so they didn't come. So I started booking metal and punk rock shows here, which we had some really killer shows, and we had some flops, and I ended up losing my ass and paying out hundreds of dollars out of pocket, but that's the scene, you know, that's concert promotion. The first couple weeks, maybe 5 people in there. But the past few weeks, I mean, we've had 30, 40 people in there. They're there for comedy. They're laughing. They're having a good time. And I mean, my relationship with Chip is great. You know, I consider him like family. And Big Easy Tavern, I mean, that's my bar. This is my bar. This is my Cheers, or my, if I were Jack Tripper, this would be my Regal Beagle. This is where I come to get a drink if I'm not getting plastered at home taking care of kids and stuff. But yeah, I mean, it's a classic downtown Pensacola spot, and we gotta rebuild that clientele. Yeah. And you know, just we gotta get people to break out of their shells here. You know, I don't want to be a dick and talk shit about my own city, but there's a lot of pretension, and there's a lot of you know, there's a lot of clicks.
Real quick, you gotta tell us about Thor.
Thor.
The mighty Thor.
All right. He's awesome, and he only seems to show up when I'm not here. But no, the thing with Thor is we did a Halloween show, and I have this Thor costume that I wear like every year for my kids. They think it's the best thing ever. I came up here, did the Halloween show. I did the whole show as Thor in costume. Even when I wasn't on the stage, people, you know, I'd be out here getting a breath of fresh air and somebody come up and be like, hey, Bubbs. I'd be like, who is this Bubbs you speak of? Who are this? You know, and everybody thought it was a lot of fun. And I had a friend of mine's girlfriend was just like, dude, you gotta bring Thor back. Thor will probably be making more impromptu appearances from time to time, and I hear that he's good friends with Boba Fett. Well, thank you so much.
We appreciate what you're doing, and I hope it inspires some people to get out here and be funny.
Man. Thank you for supporting the scene, man. Pensacola, Florida is a wonderful place to live, raise children, and pull your penis out in front of crowds.
Boom.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's pretty. That's my knowledge of techno music right there. Oh yeah.